Good evening, wrestling fans. Ken Resnick with you here. This is AWA All-Star Wrestling coming to you live from the Tropicana. We are going to find out tonight, and everybody's on the edge of their seat to see who will fill in that third spot for the Cobra Corps. All right, good evening, wrestling fans. Ken Resnick back with you here for AWA All-Star Wrestling, coming to you from Atlantic City, New Jersey. As we get a look at one half of the IWGP Tag Team Champions, Masa Saito. And he'll be going up against another legend in his own right, the Superfly Jimmy Snuka, to kick things off here this week. Joining me at this time in the broadcast booth, none other than Jesse Labate Ventura. And Jesse, tonight we find out the long-awaited answer as to who has filled in that final spot in the Cobra Corps with Sergeant Slaughter.
Well, first off, let's just acknowledge the fact that we've got one half of the IWGP champions right here in AWA Wrestling. Truly one of the most prominent wrestling organizations anywhere in the world. Now, as for Sergeant Slaughter, I'd be a little bit more concerned about the fact that guys like Scott Hall have gone AWOL. Apparently, he's not quite the leader he maybe wants people to believe he is. I can tell you my time in the military, nobody went AWOL, because we knew better.
Well, here we are now as the Superfly enters the arena. The fans on their feet, they absolutely love this man. His high-flying, thrill-seeking style of wrestling has really resonated well with the fans.
Well, yeah, he likes to get up there in the upper stratosphere, so to speak. But I'll tell you right now, when it comes to matching strength and power, and I'm not going to take nothing away from him, Superfly Jimmy Snuka, he's put together. He doesn't miss much time in the gym by looking at him. But I'll tell you, Mr. Saito, he's a very, very powerful man and a little bit misleading. You wouldn't necessarily believe it to look at him.
Well, we start things off with a little bit of sportsmanship.
Well, that's a Japanese custom. They're very traditional over there. If you watch wrestling in Japan, it's not received the same way it is here in America. It's actually the biggest sport they've got. It is what baseball and football is in America. It is over there is professional wrestling, and they have a great deal of respect, even for the guys they don't necessarily like. But we'll see how long that holds up here in this one.
Well, indeed, at the end of the day, the whole idea is to get the win. That's what pays the bills, as you'd like to tell people.
Absolutely. You don't get rich by losing. I can tell you that right now. You know, half the time we spend our time in Las Vegas, and that was not a city built on winners, I can tell you for a fact.
Well, now it is Superfly Jimmy Snuka getting the upper hand. Fans, other action we're going to have here tonight. In return match, it is going to be Kurt Hennig defending the AWA television title this time against the man who brutally attacked his father several weeks ago, and that being Bam Bam Terry Gordy.
Yeah, well, this time the TV title's on the line, and I think we may see a title change here tonight.
Very possibly, and that's what people are tuning in for, is to find that out. And now Saito from behind on Snuka. German suplex, and he nails it, and he hangs on to it. He's going to do it again. Really dealing out the punishment to Snuka, and he's going to do it a third time.
Oh, unbelievable. And I told you early on about the strength of Mr. Saito, did I not?
Yes, you did, and he shows it right there. And now Saito waiting on Snuka, who is absolutely shaken right here. Another big suplex, and that could be it. He hooks the leg. Will that be enough? Snuka's got to do it, and he does. He gets his shoulder up off the mat just barely.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm not so sure that Superfly Jimmy Snuka could do that twice if he had to.
Snuka back up now on his feet. Now he's got a German, but no, look at this. Saito fights his way out of it, and he catches him with a big running clothesline.
The power and the strength of Mr. Saito that I told you about at the beginning is coming through right here now.
Hammering down on the head of Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and I don't know if I can recall a time where I've ever seen Jimmy Snuka being manhandled the way he is right here tonight.
Well, this is only like the second or third time we've had Mr. Saito in the AWA, and I'll tell you, he's impressing me more and more each and every time out there. He walks out here with a tag team title, and we know that he was a world tag team champion with Mr. Fuji many years ago. But he's now showing he can wrestle singles just as well.
Gut wrench suplex, and he really drove the air out of the body of the Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Snuka's in trouble. Going for the airplane spin.
Oh, and he dropped him face first into the canvas out of it. He may have knocked him unconscious with that one.
I believe he may have indeed, and there's the cover, and again two, and Snuka somehow able to will his shoulder off the canvas. Saito again with that suplex, folding Snuka in half, and what a statement he has made here tonight. He gets the win.
Wow, that was a dominating performance right there by Masa Saito. I wasn't so sure he was going to get the win over Snuka, to be honest with you, but I did not expect him to manhandle the Superfly the way he just did here tonight.
Well, indeed he did, and that's going to be definitely getting the attention of some of the guys in the locker room right now, especially if you're wearing a championship. And it really doesn't matter which one you're wearing, because as we've already alluded to, he can win a tag team match just as quick as a singles match. There is your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Saito. Stay with us. We're going to be back with a lot more AWA All-Star Wrestling right here on the Nation Network. Ladies and gentlemen, join us later this morning for the debut of the Nation Network on Twitch. It will be Tuesday in Texas. Jerry Lawler will be going up against Bruno Sammartino for the Intercontinental title. For the first time ever, it'll be The Rock against Shawn Michaels. It will be a first blood match. And then the match we've been waiting for, Jake the Snake Roberts against Hulk Hogan. They got canceled from Saturday night's main event, but they will be in Houston, Texas. The main event in Houston, Texas will be for the FWF Heavyweight Championship of the World. Sami Zayn, the champion, to take on Shinsuke Nakamura. Join us once again, ladies and gentlemen, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Nation Network. It will be the debut, and it will be only on Twitch. All right, fans, we are back once again, and it is time for more AWA wrestling action, and this is going to be one. It is a tag team match, and we saw it a week ago, what seemed to be a falling out between the Midnight Express members, Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey.
Well, you know the old saying, don't believe everything you read.
Well, speaking of that, for those of you that are following us on Twitter, and you can do that by going to Twitter and following us at Invasion Nation, sharing the N in the middle. This came out from Paul E. days ago, where he says, the rumors of our demise have been greatly exaggerated. Brothers fight.
Well, and that's very true, and he's 100% right with that.
So you believe that's all this really came down to, was a couple of brothers getting into an altercation, so to speak?
I believe this. I believe that Paul E. is going to keep these guys on track because they are still the team to beat here in the AWA, and I think they're going to prove that here tonight.
Well, Lou Fabiano and Jake the Milkman Milliman are going to be the ones that get to find out. An exciting time right now for the Nation Network fans. Later this morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can join us for the debut on the Twitch network.
Yeah, indeed. I'm very much looking forward to that one.
It is going to be incredible. You go to twitch.tv/Vince_McSham. Click the alert button on that, and you will know exactly when we go live on the air.
Always good to have a contingency plan.
Well, do you think Paul Lee has a contingency plan in case these two men don't get along very well?
I don't think he needs one. I think he understands exactly what these guys are capable of and that they are the best in the business today.
Well, Condrey gets back up, and now Jake Milliman walks in, and look at that. A Thez press, and he follows it up with a series of right hands down on Condrey.
Well, congratulations, Jake Milliman. You finally found some offense, but it's too little. It's not enough to beat a guy like Dennis Condrey.
Big belly-to-belly suplex, and that one taking a lot of the starch, I believe, out of Condrey. Now Condrey with a shoulder tackle, and let's see if the Midnight Express can turn things back in their favor.
You know, you're one of those guys that likes to stir the pot, right? You're that little yippy kid on the playground that gets the big guys to do all the fighting for his entertainment.
I'm just telling you what has happened. We all saw what happened a week ago, and that was a definite fallout. To me, it seems like a lot more than just brothers not getting along, but Pauline dangerously knows them better than we do.
Well, I'll tell you something right now. I've been around a bunch of guys, whether it be in the military or in the wrestling locker room, and even the ones I liked, I sometimes didn't get along with, and then the next day you just get back together again.
And you think that's what's going to happen with the Midnight Express?
I think the Midnight Express are destined to be the AWA Tag Team Champions.
Well, right now they are doing a heck of a double team. Oh, wait, look at this. Condrey just got caught, and a gut buster. And now he's in a camel clutch, powering his way out of it. Look at this. And just like that, Jake the Milkman just got caught.
Oh, now Condrey's got him up. There's that airplane spin again. We saw that earlier tonight. I can tell you firsthand, that is one of the most disorienting moves there is in wrestling.
Sends him into the turnbuckle, and now big boot right there by Milkman Milliman. Condrey's got him. Oh, he drove him head first into the lower turnbuckle, it looks like.
Well, I think Milliman's safe to say he's out.
Well, the save was made by Fabiano. We've got all kinds of action going loose in this one. Now there's a small package roll-up. Will that be enough?
No, he couldn't hold him down, but I'll tell you right now, Dennis Condrey almost had it.
Fabiano continues to make the save, and I got a feeling the Midnight Express are going to have a problem about that. Condrey just walking right into that.
Yeah, but what's good for the goose, good for the gander, and Dennis Condrey, in my opinion, is 10 times the wrestler Jake the Milkman Milliman is.
And now the hot tag made to Fabiano. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Oh, they missed.
The miscue right there, and again.
The Midnight Express having some difficulties here. Condrey has him up, slams him down, now hits the ropes. Drives that leg right in there. And now Condrey's got his feet up on the ropes. Will that be enough? Referee doesn't see it.
Already almost had it right there.
Deep arm drag by Dennis Condrey, taking Fabiano down. And now once again into the corner he goes. Tag made. Here comes a double team by the Midnight Express.
Double back elbow, and that really found a mark, and Fabiano's in trouble.
Jake the Milkman Milliman is in. Drop kick right on the money.
He put him down with that one, no doubt about it. Perfect back elbow. He caught him right in the mouth.
Will that be it? No, he's able to get his shoulder up again, but just barely. And Jake the Milkman Milliman is in trouble.
Caught him with a devastating clothesline, but too close to the ropes.
What an elbow drop right there. Down he goes, covers, does not hook the leg, and therefore doesn't get the win.
Well, you see Paulie dangerously looking on it. He's barking instructions at his boys. He knows that they got this thing in the bag right now.
Randy Rose, what's he going to do now? He's on the middle rope. Drives a fist into the head of Jake the Milkman Milliman. He's busted him wide open. And just like that, it's all over.
Well, I hope that puts all your doubt aside right now.
Well, it wasn't the easiest win in the world. But let's give credit where credit is due. They were victorious.
No doubt about it. We saw some great offense, I believe, out of the Midnight Express. And I have no reason to believe that they have not got everybody back on the same track right now. Paulie dangerously is going to make sure his men know exactly what direction they're traveling in. And in my opinion, from what I can see, that direction is straight to the top.
Well, that very well may be the case, but in order to do that, they're going to have to get past a team like the Nasty Boys. Not sure if they can do it or not, but we will be finding out in the weeks to come, I am sure. They may very well be a part of the Gold Rush. Fans will be back with more right after this. Stay with us. All right, he is back already. Here comes Paul E. Dangerously to address the crowd.
Well, I can only imagine what he's got to say. Probably to people like you, the naysayers out there. Gonna set the record straight. Now, I know a lot of you people out there, you think that Paul E. Dangerously is out here to tell you that the Midnight Express have gone their separate ways because of what happened last week. Well, let me tell you something. That's not happening. See, as you can all see by how they did here tonight in this ring, they are back on the same page. Last week, I wasn't here because I had business to take care of, and I did. However, in the interim, boys will be boys, and sometimes, yes, even brothers can fight. But I can tell you something right now, the Midnight Express have never been more focused or more determined than they are right now to prove to every single naysayer out there that they've already reached the end of the line here in the AWA. Because nothing could be further from the truth. You mark my words. We didn't come out here to lose. We did not come out here to come second place. We are here to be the AWA Tag Team Champions, and we are going to do just that. Stick around if you don't believe me, because the Gold Rush is coming, and so is the Midnight Express.
The Midnight Express, will they be a part of Gold Rush? We'll find out. All right, wrestling fans, we are back, and now it's Ray the Crippler Stevens heading up to the ring.
Ray the Crippler Stevens, not a guy that we normally hear a lot from, but one of the members of the Heathen family, and let's see what's on his mind here tonight.
You know, as the Gold Rush starts to approach, one of the things I notice is nights like tonight, I look around and you know what I don't see? I don't see you, Jerry Lawler, and I wonder why that is. Well, everybody knows why. It's because he took a match in Texas instead against Bruno Sammartino, rather than get over here and take a chance of going up against the real man. All you're doing is delaying the inevitable, my friend. So you put a stipulation in the contract that says the members of the Heenan family cannot be at ringside, or else Nick Bockwinkel will be stripped of the AWA World Championship. You are a coward. You're not a king, and you'll never be half the wrestler Nick Bockwinkel is. I'm not going to be at ringside. I don't need to be.
Well, wait just a second. What's going on here?
Well, that's Kurt Hennig, and I don't know what's going on. Kurt Hennig making his way down to the ring now, getting ready to go. Perhaps, I don't know, he's got something on his mind that he's going to get out, I guess, with Ray Stevens.
Well, we know he's got a title match a little bit later on tonight.
You know, I'm not here to pick a fight with you. I've already got one later tonight to look forward to, so I'm going to make this short and sweet. Since you seem to have the ear of the AWA World Heavyweight Champion, maybe you can deliver a message for me. I am the AWA Television Champion and the #1 contender. Well, the way I figure it, you're going to have to do what a lot of people have to do, and that is take a number and get in line. But don't worry, in due time, he will take you out the same as everyone else. Well, I'm not a very patient man. You see, that's the whole thing. I am the champion, and I am the top contender, and he's been ducking me, and that's not going to happen much longer. It should be rightfully me. I should be the one right now that is challenging him at the Gold Rush. Yeah, and yet you're not, so what does that tell you? Maybe you're not as big as you think you are, Junior. Let me tell you something. You come out here and get in my face, and you want to call out my friend and family member, maybe you and I can get something settled in this ring. Maybe I'll take care of removing that #1 status from around your waist, if that's what you think. Well, as I said, I've already got a match signed for tonight, but I'll still have this title when it's all said and done. You want to come next? I'll put you down just like everybody else, but you make sure Nick Bockwinkel knows to keep looking over his shoulder, because Kurt Hennig is going to be the man coming, and he is going to be the man who takes that title from him. Well, look at that. Here's one thing that we actually agree on. And if you think you're going to take it from him, that means we both agree that Jerry Lawler's not. Well, it doesn't matter to me if Jerry Lawler does or doesn't, because at the end of the day, I'm next in line. I'm not going to be sitting back on the back burner any longer. I've been waiting patiently for way too damn long, and that all comes to an end here tonight. So you make sure the message is delivered. Kurt Hennig is coming. Well, you just be real careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. See, in my experience, when Nick Bockwinkel feels his back's against the wall, well, bad things happen. You just be real careful, young man.
Well, there the words are from Ray the Crippler Stevens. We'll be back with more right after this.
Do you think that regardless of what federation it was, we'll ever see you in a professional wrestling capacity again?
It is one of those never say never things. I just like to cover all my bases, just so some internet dweeb isn't going to be like, you said you'd never wrestle again. WWE? No, absolutely not. But, you know, you never know. I could pop up here and there.
Dad in Orlando are watching, so you guys can get started and train for the next Kenny Omega light, but it ain't gonna happen. Part of the reason why I am in Japan and why I didn't leave like those other guys is because I felt like Japan was my home. My work here is far from over because I am the best. I am more talented. I have more drive. I have more determination. I am not like any one of you. I'm back. And now the $64,000 question. Why, oh why, after everything I said and after everything I did, why did I come back? What it boils down to is I can't change this place for the better. I can't make this business and this industry what it can and should be sitting on my couch in Chicago. So much for change, huh? Same old, same old. I want you to listen to me. I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest. I hate this idea that you're the best. Because you're not. I'm the best. I'm the best in the world. I am the best wrestler in the world. You are so good. You are so popular. But the problem is, the best in the world is me. See, you say that you're the best in the world at what you do, and I say that I'm the best wrestler in the world. This is nothing I chose. I was born this way. This is who I am. This is what I do. But you just bit off more than you can chew. Understand, when you step in the ring, your arms are just too short to box with God.
All right, wrestling fans, it is time for the television championship match. The TV title was won and has been maintained this entire time by Curt Hennig. However, tonight, he takes on a tough challenger, Bam Bam Terry Gordy, formerly of the Fabulous Freebirds.
Well, Terry Gordy, definitely one of the biggest guys. I just want to send a quick shout out to Nate's Gaming. Thank you so much for joining the nation. But yeah, Bam Bam Terry Gordy, he's the real deal. He's a big, tough, strong horse. And he was a little bit, I would say it was a bit of an upset the last time these two dudes got in the ring with one another.
No doubt about it. Fans, once again, we remind everyone later this morning here on the Nation Network, it won't be here on YouTube, but it'll be on the Twitch channel, and it will be the big debut on Twitch for the Nation Network. 6 a.m. bell time. We invite everybody to come out and join us at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as the AWA television champion, Mr. Perfect, Curt Hennig, makes his way down the aisle. And we saw him just moments ago talking to Ray the Crippler Stevens, saying, you let your boss know that I am coming for that world title.
Yeah, well, Ray Stevens also made it clear that, you know what, maybe I'll just take that TV title from around your waist so that it's not such a burden for you anymore.
Well, the things aren't heating up just outside the arena. They're heating up inside the arena here on the AWA. That big card for Tuesday in Texas, fans, I'll tell you right now, it is shaping up to be a super card event.
Well, it is an FWF production. That means there's not about no holds barred. It means no one is barred. We're going to see that chump Hulk Hogan going up against Jake the Snake Roberts. They got screwed out of their match on Saturday night main event a few nights ago due to yet another 2K glitch.
As we take a look at the AWA Television Championship, that is correct, Jesse. There are other great matches as well. For the first time ever The Rock will be going up against Shawn Michaels. Hard to believe, but those two men never went against one another in the ring.
Well, I think there was a lot of personal issues going on at that point in time, but this will be history-making, no doubt about it.
And as I understand, that's a first blood match, which makes it even more precarious because you don't have to get pinned, nor do you have to submit to lose the match.
And it's going to be no holds barred, which I like that. Shout out to Soul Amazing Gaming. Thank you so much for joining the nation.
As the fans keep on coming to join us here in the nation, and we again remind everyone we are branching out and we are going to start the invasion on Twitter later this morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The nation invades Twitter. Or make that Twitch, I beg your pardon. Right off the bat, the champion with that backbreaker across the knee. You can join us on Twitter, however, for all things FWF related. Follow us on Twitter at Invasion Nation. Tremendous clothesline right there by Bam Bam Terry Gordy, and down goes the champion.
Well, Hennig started the match off pretty quickly with some advantage, but he couldn't maintain it. And this is what I was talking about early on. When you take a look at this guy, the size and the strength difference really, it's so clearly in favor of Bam Bam Terry Gordy, but then he does something just like that.
Gordy with a drop kick, and that is something you would never expect to see a near 300-pounder pull off, but he does it with ease.
Look at him just throwing Hennig around the ring like he's a rag doll.
Well, he's also got that built-in hostility from the loss the last time these two men met. And Gordy trying to prove right now that that was a fluke. The champion is in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, I got a funny feeling he doesn't have to worry. He may have got distracted with that whole idea about being a #1 contender for the world title.
Oh, but now Hennig's starting to turn things around in his favor. And Gordy's the man who's down on the canvas working his way back up.
Inverted atomic knee drop, and I can tell you right now that it hurts. That will take all the fight out of a man, and Bam Bam Terry Gordy's still on his feet.
He rolled outside the ring, but yes, you're right. That took a lot out of him, no doubt about it. And now look at this. The champion goes outside the ring and he meets Gordy. Arm drag takes him over into the steel guardrail.
Whoa, he caught him with that clothesline. That's a variation of the axe attack. And we know what this is all about because Larry the Axe Hennig, the father of Kurt Hennig, went one-on-one with Gordy about a month ago, and Gordy really beat the crap out of the old man.
Gordy now dropping all of his weight down on the champion's throat. Hennig slowly back to his feet.
What's he going to do with him here?
Power bomb. I don't think he's going to even come close to beating the count.
No, he doesn't, but Bam Bam Terry Gordy, maybe he wasn't thinking about it. You don't win the title on a count out.
Well, that is correct. You win the match, but not the title. Fans will be back with more right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, join us later this morning for the debut of the Nation Network on Twitch. It will be Tuesday in Texas. Jerry Lawler will be going up against Bruno Sammartino for the Intercontinental title. For the first time ever, it'll be The Rock against Shawn Michaels. It will be a first blood match. And then the match we've been waiting for, Jake the Snake Roberts against Hulk Hogan. They got canceled from Saturday night's main event, but they will be in Houston, Texas. The main event in Houston, Texas will be for the FWF Heavyweight Championship of the World. Sami Zayn, the champion, to take on Shinsuke Nakamura. Join us once again, ladies and gentlemen, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Nation Network. It will be the debut, and it will be only on Twitch. All right, fans, it is time. We're going to find out who it is that is going to be joining the Cobra Corps here tonight.
Well, here come their opponents right now, the Destroyers, and they're going to have another partner because this is a 6-man tag team match. I'll be very curious to see who they're bringing out.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Mad Dog Maurice Vachon joining the Destroyers.
Well, the Mad Dog, I'll tell you right now, he's as bad as they get. We've been seeing him for months now going at it with Larry the Axe Hennig, and they've had one of the most brutal feuds I've ever seen.
Well, he'll definitely be the veteran leadership on the team, no doubt about that. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Sergeant Slaughter, Corporal Kirshner, and who? That's Greg Gagne.
Greg Gagne has joined the Cobra Corps.
Well, it certainly appears that way. He is here with Sergeant Slaughter. He is outfitted in his military fatigues. Slaughter said he had very clandestine workouts going on with the newest recruit. He didn't want anyone to know who it was going to be. And now we can all see Greg Gagne is a member of the Cobra Corps.
So this is the team that's going to be going to war with the Allied powers at the Gold Rush.
Indeed it is. And as we already know, at the Gold Rush, one team will remain.
Well, it's going down as the last stand. There are no more fights between these two organizations once they get it done at the Gold Rush. It's going to be a boot camp match. All 6 men are going to be legal. It's going to be an all-out war. I can't wait to see this one.
Corporal Kirshner early on the receiving end. Now it is the Destroyer. Face first planting Kirshner. Now Kirshner coming out the back door. Nice move right there.
Well, the Corporal better figure out how to do something because Slaughter's probably not in the most forgiving mood right now after having one of his hand-picked candidates go AWOL on his team just weeks before the big event.
There's the Irish whip to the ropes. He goes back out front, drops down, comes up, and there's a clothesline by the Airborne Specialist.
Well, Corporal Kirshner, I got to give credit where credit is due. Anybody willing to jump out of an airplane is a special kind of mentally tough individual as well as physically tough.
To the corner he goes now, and now we're going to see some double team action here. Tag is made, and here comes the Big Sarge into the ring.
Near 300 pounds of elbow right into the back of the Destroyer. Desperate to make the tag, but it's not going to happen. Slaughter cutting the ring in half, and that's what you want to do in any tag team match.
Well, again, this is not the caliber of opposition they'll be facing at the Gold Rush on June 12th. Bell time for that great event, 8 a.m. But it is an opportunity for all 6 men to get in the ring and have a little bit of experience working as a team. There's the tag made. Here comes another double team as Slaughter once again shooting him into the ropes, and they're going to do it again. Elbow to the back, really doing a number on the lower back, and still unable to make the tag.
Followed him in with the big clothesline, and I'll tell you right now. Oh, here's the tag, and now we're going to get our first look at Greg Gagne.
Our first look at Greg Gagne as a member of the Cobra Corps. Clothesline, and down he goes right there. Still not able to make the tag despite the effort. Into the corner he goes, and now clothesline following, and Gagne, and he's out.
Well, it didn't take much to put Greg Gagne down, now did it? He better toughen up between now and June 12th, I can tell you that right now.
Destroyer number 1 in the ring. Irish whip reversed by Gagne, sends him into the turnbuckle, and now Gagne follows him in with a stiff forearm. Tremendous clubbing forearm to the back.
Well, Greg Gagne is showing a little bit more toughness than I'm used to seeing out of him.
Driving the head of the Destroyer into the turnbuckle over and over again. Working on that clothesline, something he clearly picked up from Slaughter in training camp.
Well, we call that boot camp where I'm from.
Well, call it what you will. It has definitely been a very effective tool right here. Lunging tag is made, and now we're going to get a look at the Mad Dog, but he comes right into that Cobra clothesline. Gagne Irish whips him over the ropes as he's on the apron, and now what is Gagne going to do? Brings him back in the hard way. This is definitely a different look of Greg Gagne than we're used to seeing, no doubt about that.
Oh, he caught him in the abdominal stretch. He's working on the abdominal stretch right now.
Well, the Mad Dog able to get out of that one. Now slowly rising back to his feet, and Gagne's right there waiting on him. There's a sleeper hold.
He's got it on him. He's got it on him tight.
And the Mad Dog able to get out of that one as well. He's now biting the head of Greg Gagne.
Well, he's going to be going to war in about a week's time, so he better figure it out. It's all going to be legal on the 12th of June.
Well, it's not legal in this one. The referee needs to gain control of that.
You know, really down deep inside, I think the Mad Dog is actually helping Gagne. Maybe not be wanting to do it, but he is getting him toughened up and ready for June 12th.
Fans, the event's so big that it's going to have to be held outdoors. Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada. The Gold Rush is on. Once again, follow us on Twitter at Invasion Nation. The complete card is going to be announced tomorrow morning.
You see Gagne outside the ring with the Mad Dog going back and forth, and now he's sent into that steel guardrail. Slaughter with a miss.
Now Slaughter sent into the corner of his enemies here, but he turns the tables very quickly. Slaughter wasting no time whatsoever.
Well, Slaughter not looking to be a POW, that's for sure, so he got out of enemy territory, makes the tag, and now here we go again.
The Cobra Corps and the Allied Powers, it comes to a head once and for all. They continue the beating, and now it is the Mad Dog looking desperately to make the tag out here.
Oh, Mad Dog Vachon just drove Sergeant Slaughter chin first into the mat. You really can't help but do that. That chin is just so protruding.
Have you ever been on the other side of the ring from Sergeant Slaughter, Jesse?
Why?
Well, I think if he hears you saying that, you may end up...
Well, I'm back in the broadcast booth right now, so I'm not particularly worried about Slaughter.
Slaughter going for the suplex, it looks like, but the Destroyer fighting his way back out of it. Now Slaughter with a variety of rights and lefts.
Oh, he planted him with that DDT, and this could be an upset.
He gets two, and now Slaughter able to get out the back door. I thought his foot was under the bottom rope.
Well, it was close, but the referee wasn't paying attention, so hard to tell.
Can you imagine if they would have lost this match going into the Gold Rush?
That would be mentally debilitating, no doubt about it.
Well, we talk about the Cobra Cannon, and there it is. Slaughter, belly to belly.
Well, I have a funny feeling he's going to go for it right here, and if he does, it's over.
There it is, a Cobra Clutch, and it's on. Not too many people ever getting out of that. And it's not going to happen here either. Will that be what happens at the Gold Rush?
If he's able to put that on any member of the Allied Powers, then perhaps.
We look back on some of the moments from this one, fans, as we remind you. Later this morning, we are going to invade Twitch with the debut of the Nation Network. Join us for Tuesday in Texas, starting at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Follow us on Twitter at Invasion Nation.
There was a close call right there, and you're right. I believe his foot might have been under the rope.
Either way, referee didn't see it, didn't call it, but there are your winners.
Not the most masculine celebration I've ever seen, is it?
Well, once again, we have to thank the fine folks at 2K for not having many options. There are the winners, the Cobra Corps. Will that be the scene on June 12th at Gold Rush from Las Vegas, Nevada? Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you at Caesar's Palace. So long, everyone.